A new beekeeper needs to observe his hive as much as possible, as often as possible. So, as a brand new beekeeper, the best thing you can do is grab a chair and sit outside of your hive and watch your bees fly in and out a couple of times a day, every day for a week, as often as you can. And as a new beekeeper, that's fun to do. Every once in a while, you're going to have to open up that hive and look inside. Now, opening up the hive and looking inside doesn't hurt the bees as long as it's a good warm day. You don't want to do it if it's below about 75 degrees because you can chill the brood and kill brood that way. But opening up your hive and looking inside helps you learn what the bees are doing. It's going to help you a whole lot more than the bees. So looking inside, you always start on one side or the other. Never pull out the center frame or one of the center frames, because if the queen's there, you can roll the queen. So always pull out an outside frame, pick it up and set it aside, and then slide the next frame over and pick it up. What you're looking for is just observing. You're looking to see, is there honey? Is there nectar? Is there pollen in the cells? Are there brood in the cells? Look to see if you can find an egg. You always, as a new beginner, want to look for the queen. That's just habit. That's just excitement. But once you've seen the queen a couple of times, you don't have to see her every time. If you see eggs, you know you've had a queen in there within the last 3 days. And if you see eggs, if they've lost the queen, they can make themselves a new queen. So as you go through the hive, pick up a frame, look on both sides. Don't get it too close to your face and breathe on it. If you get it close to your face, the bees are not going to be bothered. But if you breathe on it, it's going to stir them up. The carbon dioxide in your breath is repellent to them, and they buzz up real fast. So look closely. They're not going to bother you. And turn it over. Look in the cells. Look for brood. Look for capped cells. Look for eggs. Look for larvae. Look for pollen. Look for nectar. And see what you see. If you go through the hive 3 times a week, the first 3 weeks, you're going to learn a lot about your bees. After that, you don't need to go through near as often. Again, it doesn't harm the bees. It disturbs them. It sets them back by an hour or 2. But as long as you don't roll the queen or destroy the queen, you're really not hurting the bees, and you're adding to your education, your experience, and making you a better beekeeper. So go through your hive as often as you want to, but realize that every time you go through, it does set them back a couple of hours. And it depends on how many hives you have, how many times you want to go through them. Go through them until you're comfortable and you know what you're looking at.